Alright, so... multiple quests accepted. Let me just swim over there, don't mind me. Wait, I could call my ship, but... whatever, I'm swimming now. I'm swimming over here now, I'll go do this. The frame rate isn't even actually that bad right now, which is nice. But, yeah. Late at night here, one of the reasons why I wanted to continue streaming is there is some other things that have been going on here lately that I wanted to chat a little bit about, where, I mentioned before that my channel playthroughs here are basically, like, the closest things that I have to, like, a journal or anything like that. And so I like talking about things that are currently going on so that if years down the line I look back at certain playthroughs, I'll see what was going on in life at that time and all that. And the Assassin's Creed playthrough is one of the longest ongoing ones on this channel, considering it's been going on across years here. Where's the stuff? So it's one of the ones that I especially like to talk about, things that are going on, considering this is one that I'll definitely look back and rewatch the whole thing years down the line. See all of what's going on. And there's been a fair bit of things going on here lately. It's things have honestly been a little bit of a mess. So about a month ago, one of my cousins unfortunately passed away. I've never met him myself, since I was about to say only 2 soft leather, but it's 42. Since he lived in the States. So we never met before. But it sounded like he had a lot of issues going on for a decent while. A bit of a problem with drugs, and it seems like that is what ended up marking the end there, was a drug overdose. So, oh my. So, after that kind of suddenly happened, my dad ended up very quickly getting a ticket down to support his sister, my aunt, and the family down there during these difficult times. I was having some issues with my 3D printer, but I wanted to get some things printed for the kiddos there, just as like a nice little gift gesture there during some difficult times. And I managed to 3D print some really cool transitioning dragons. I got some transition filament in time. I guess I reprinted one here recently that I can show. One of these dragon designs where I got transitioning filament where it like starts one color and turns into another, which is pretty cool. So got that kind of thing and a light blue and dark blue transition one printed, and it sounds like the 2 kiddos there really like those, so that makes me glad to hear. This is a little bit of craziness going on here. But yeah, my dad just got back yesterday, was the case, from this trip. And it sounds like he was very appreciated there. It sounded like he did a lot to help with various different things. But, like, things are really, really difficult right now, since, like, that's what things would be like after something like that would happen. I just take out the captain now. So tomorrow, well today, since it's a decent bit after midnight, we're going to be going out to a family dinner with my dad's side of the family, since it's going to be the 50th wedding anniversary of my aunt and uncle here. Let's see, let's do this, and then let's do this. And for a while, it wasn't really known what the cause of death was, whether it was a car accident or drug overdose, since he was found in his vehicle. And, so, like, I only just recently found out what it was from my dad telling me after he got back, but tomorrow at this family dinner, like, I'm sure this kind of stuff will come up, and my dad is, like, really worried and unsure how he's gonna break the news to his mom, my grandma, about how one of her grandkids passed away. Like, it's not exactly going to be an easy topic there to discuss. So the environment, like, over dinner tomorrow might be might be a bit of a difficult one, let's just say. Whoa, apparently I still dodged that. So, yeah, I don't know how best to put things into words there because it is a difficult situation. It's, yeah. Can I finish setting you on fire? Got greedy. I have to redo the area. So, yeah, it's a difficult time to say the least there. An unstoppable attack. Yep. Dodge to avoid it. I figured that out. I did actually figure that out. Maybe I can call for backup this time. Instead. Not alert anybody. Would probably be the better way to handle this. But yeah, so it's difficult there. Apparently his wife has a couple kiddos from a previous marriage that I printed the dragons for, and they had a pretty young, I believe, I think still a baby child together, those two. And now she's on her own doing her best with these three kids, and it's like I honestly can't even imagine the kind of situation there after that all. Can I phone a friend? Nice. And then can't assassinate or anything. So that's the this is the captain, right? Yeah. So we'll attack over here. So it's really difficult. My dad was also telling me that apparently he didn't have a will, which makes it so that there's weird stuff going on with, like, is the state taking things, how much stuff is going to the family, where is it going? Apparently he owed a decent bit on things like vehicle. That makes things a little bit difficult as well. So, like, it's a hard situation well, gosh dang it. It's a hard situation emotionally, but it also sounds like it's a hard situation financially for the family there too. So it's just a little bit of a not so great situation overall there right now. It's sounds like it's pretty difficult there. So yeah, and I'm sure that we'll end up discussing this a decent bit tomorrow. What's this guy doing? So that's probably like the biggest family thing going on here lately. And it's should I just like... Oh, that's what he's doing. Okay. Well, let's do this. So, yeah, there's that. In terms of family living here, I was mentioning it a little bit earlier this stream, but my Oma finally got the hip surgery that she's been waiting on for years. So my aunt came here from Vancouver Island to help support her while she's recovering from that surgery. She didn't get a return ticket to just be able to stay here as long as she's needed to look after my Oma during that time. Though, it sounds like her husband, my aunt's, so like my uncle there, he kind of struggles to figure out a lot of stuff on his own. And so she spends a lot of really, really long phone calls with him. Just going through every little thing. And did a lot before leaving to make sure that he'd be okay with, like, meals and easy to prepare kind of stuff and all that. But my mom's been telling me that apparently it's a little bit iffy there. So she's worried that this not getting a return ticket deal, like, might end up going home sooner rather than later is what she's a little bit worried about right now. And my Oma, I think, is really used to all the pain that she's experienced over all these years, because she keeps on insisting that she's not feeling any better. And that things are awful and misery and all that. But, what is even going on here? The heck? But it does seem like she has been getting a little bit more pep in her step lately. To the point that yesterday she was actually feeling well enough to prepare some dinner. She made some sauerkraut and invited us over for dinner, and we had dinner over there. And that was really nice that like, she was feeling good enough to do that. So hopefully by the summer she'll be feeling good enough to get out and about again. Whoa. Another Dudo over here, huh? How'd I do this? Some damage. Oh my goodness, there's so many Dudos here now. This is not exactly what I wanted to happen here. Okay. the delayed sound effect there. Can I do this during this? Nice. Okay. I need to not die to you guys right now. Oh no. Crap. In fact, maybe I should skedaddle so that, uh-oh, it saves my progress of having killed that guy. I don't lose that. I'm a little bit nervous here. Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to visit there a lot and check in on her and make sure that everything's going okay. About 6 weeks ago, something like that, I gave her some of my tomato plants that I'd started from seed, because none of the ones that she had started from seed came up. Until like a week ago, they actually started coming up. All of a sudden, pretty delayed. But I gave her some tomato plants, one of which is about as tall as I am, and I'm 6'2". Like, last time I was there, or like yesterday, I was still taller than it, but not by a lot. It's getting pretty close. It's had to be relegated to the floor because it hit the ceiling when it was on a table. So definitely hoping to plant a whole lot of tomato plants and all sorts of other plants as well in that yard this year, and hopefully be able to be out and about gardening with her this year. A new mercenary hood, cool. Hopefully she'll be feeling up to that. My grandma, so Oma is grandma in German, so that's why I refer to my grandma on my mom's side as. But my grandma, my dad's mom, has been in a care home for a decent bit now, since she was having those issues of blacking out randomly and needing to be in a situation where she's getting active care in case she had like one of those sudden blackouts. But she'd been in care in the hospital and then into a home without being allowed to leave, go out and do different things for about half a year. A few weeks ago, just shortly before my dad went on his trip to the States there, she was actually able to go out and about and actually handled it not too bad. We went out and grabbed an early Easter dinner and it actually went pretty alrighty, so that was good to see. And now we'll all be going out for dinner again tomorrow for my aunt's wedding anniversary there, and yeah, we'll see how that goes there. We shall see here. So yeah, there's been a lot of family stuff going on here lately. If it counts as family stuff as well, also been looking into doggies out there for adoption. There's been this one that's been hanging out over here a decent bit lately, a foster one that my mom's friend has been looking after. That she's been urging us to adopt, who's a really sweet pupper who is really just content to just be chilled out rather than constantly playing like a pupper usually would be. It's just content taking it easy. Is a very vocal doggy. Visually looks the most like a German Shepherd, but is some sort of mix of different things. Whatever that says. And there was a time that like about a month ago, something like that, that I was in the mood of like really want a doggy in the household again. Now that Jesse's been gone for like since November. It feels really lonely here without a doggy in the house, and while Jesse can never be replaced, it is really nice to give a home to a doggy that would really appreciate it. And I really wanted to adopt a doggy, but my dad, he was the one that was most opposed to it and felt that he still needed more time to reflect. And so these foster pups that my mom's friend was looking after that I really wanted to adopt one of, we weren't able to at the time, and they ended up being adopted elsewhere to hopefully good homes, and time went on. And her current foster pup is, well, that she was basically babysitting for a week and brought over to visit us, is apparently going to an adoption event tomorrow, well, today. So she was urging us, like, you gotta fill out an adoption application because they'll hold them. And I know that I've said, like, every other foster doggy that I've had is the one, but come on, this one is the one, is what she's been saying. And he is a really sweet pup, and I have thought about it. But it is also just, like, a really, really weird time with... I have 2.5 weeks left of university. I have so much that's going on. It's crazy. I'm gonna be gone in the States for 2.5 weeks, going and adventuring around Texas and Louisiana there, visiting that Guzma nerd in New Orleans, and doing a little bit of a road trip around Texas, the state that I was born in, along with my dad. Where I don't have any memory of Texas. I moved to Canada here when I was 2 months old, so I'll be seeing a lot of the state that I was born in for what is essentially to me like the first time. Going on this little adventure here. Let's do that. And go over this way. So then I'll be back in the middle of May again. And then I'm gonna be busy figuring out things with, like, this game project that I might have to get caught up on if my group does decide that we're gonna work on it. Oh, you're easy to kill then. If we are gonna do that grant project. Oh, I need to be... Oh, maybe? No, I don't need to be anonymous. Heck yeah. Josephine Bryson. Sweet. Bryson. Going graveyard unlocked. You guys want to come up here? Sweet. But yeah, so I'll get back from that trip. If we're doing that grant, I'll have a lot of catch-up suddenly to do on that game. Every May and November is when I want to do 24-hour charity streams around here. So it is possible that I might have to organize a 24-hour charity stream, like, very soon after. I might just postpone it to June this year with everything going on. This is what I might just do. No sound effects anymore. So sad. So sad, man. Okay, just take you out normally here. Please. I don't want my cultist kill to be undone. I hate how that one is so out of time, because it'd be so good. Okay, let's just, like... Okay. Okay, come on. Just send you flying. You, meanwhile... I tried really hard to dodge that. Screw it, just kick him. Okay, you guys come up here, preferably. Do need to take out that captain, yeah. But yeah, so there I'll be catching up on that game, figuring out a 24-hour cherry stream, and soon after getting back is going to be that Mega LAN party. So it'll be the same venue and same group as Janland that I did part of AC Odyssey at. So it might be a repeat of that. So that'll keep me busy for a little while, and then editing, like, the whole stream stuff from there. That'll keep me occupied for a little while. So, yeah, and so I have thought about putting in an application and adopting this doggy, and I do really like that doggy. It's just a cute little 4-month-old pupper that, I posted some photos in the photos channel. Super cute. And, very, very vocal doggy, I must say. Never really barks, but makes a lot of growly kind of sounds at whatever's going on. Even when he's playing on his own. Likes to very much make noises at different toys, and is very content to just take it easy and chill out and stuff. And really, really liked my beanbag chair. Very much liked laying on that. And if the toy fell off, he would run. He would walk over, like, he'd slowly get up, walk over, grab the toy, come back to the beanbag chair, and plop down. And so that was definitely really cute. I definitely wouldn't mind adopting a doggy like that. But lately my mind has just been so distracted by other things, and I am just in a state of... There's a whole lot of busyness and craziness going on. Like, I could have absolutely just not streamed tonight and caught up on some other things, but I figure it's been a week since I streamed, and the last time I streamed was the release of Princess Peach Showtime that I beat in one sitting. So I haven't really continued to go on my playthrough games here in a little while. I think I did a little bit of Unicorn Overlord after after Princess Peach Showtime, but still. Wait. While I have the chance. Oh, I almost had that prompt in the middle of that not cutscene. Okay, well, I guess I didn't really need to put on flames there. So, yeah, I realized that I would have to fill out an adoption application like tonight if I wanted to adopt that doggy, or like in the morning, since we won't be able to make it to this adoption event since we're going out of town and having this family dinner there. So, probably not gonna end up adopting this doggy, even though I wouldn't really mind adopting him. Yeah, it's just kind of a weird time. Busyness, lots of family stuff going on. Schedule's very crazy, and I'm at a little bit of a loss when it comes to everything going on here sometimes. I'm going a little bit crazy. I can close that. Here, carry, and let's throw this. And, I guess I'm not throwing it. And something else going on here lately has been the truck, my Fargo. So, I got that on the road late last year, like in August finally, after passing an out-of-province inspection, where everything that worked when that vehicle was new needed to work now. Got that figured out. But then the carburetor, it broke and was leaking fuel. The carburetor being the part that injects fuel into the engine. So it's really not a part that you want to break. And it was cracked, so I needed a new carb, or maybe some new parts that I could replace there, and I got 2 similar carburetors and tried to put them together into a functional carb. But it was leaking in different ways, and so my truck was kind of broken down. Of course, I wouldn't drive it during the winter months anyway, since it's from 1953. Let's not drive something that old during winter, preferably. So, I figured no real rush on fixing that. And got a referral from a family friend to a mechanic that might have been able to fix the carburetor. So I took the stuff to him, and he got to work on seeing what he could do to fix that up. And I didn't hear from him for a while because apparently his phone flagged my number as spam. So I was sending him messages and he just wasn't getting them. They were going to like some spam folder. But he got the thing rebuilt. I mean, I had rebuilt them before, but not good enough apparently because it was leaking. And he rebuilt them and told me that apparently the reason why it was leaking is because 2 of the parts that slot together, one of them is slightly warped. So like bent down a little bit, he put like a ruler on it and showed that it could wobble a little bit. So it wasn't completely flush and therefore fuel escaping and not sealing all that well. So he said that he cheated by using anaerobic sealant, which I'd never heard of before. Assassinate 100 enemies, I just got a thing for. New engraving unlocked. Nice. Which he said like, hey, it should work for now. It's not leaking while I'm testing it in the shop here, running fuel through it. But it's not a long-term solution. You're either going to want to get like some sort of a gasket that'll seal there properly, some sort of a specialty gasket made, that's really pliable and really conforms to that shape well, or the better solution is you're still just gonna want to replace the whole thing. But it'll probably work for now because it's not leaking. So we took it to my truck earlier today and tried to get that working. It's not going through there right now. And it was leaking a bit, though that could also just be because, like, to prime it to start out, we pour some fuel right into it, as opposed to things coming from the fuel pump, since it might not come from the fuel pump at first if it hasn't been started for a while and you need to prime it. So usually by the time fuel gets to the bottom of the carb, it would be like a mist, a spray at that point. But if you're pouring fuel right down, obviously it'll be as a liquid, so. And we didn't see any leaking when we were trying just getting fuel, like, from the fuel pump by pressing the gas in the vehicle itself. So, I mean, maybe it's fine. Maybe it would function as is. Not sure. but we could not get that thing to start. It sounded like it was almost starting a couple times, but couldn't quite get it to start, and we're having those leak issues. But with all the trying that we did, we probably drained the battery a whole lot. I charged up the battery to 100% before trying it. It was charging a couple nights ago overnight. But after all that trying, it's probably pretty drained, so probably wouldn't be able to start now anyway. So, it's on a charger now, overnight, and we'll try again tomorrow morning. Anything noteworthy here? No. Just a little... Oh, come on! I was crouching, but I was like, just barely caught on the little lip there, so... Ugh. Anyway, so it's charging overnight. We'll try again, technically this morning, before we go out to go grab dinner there. See if we can start it. See if we can get it going, which would be really nice because, yeah, I have 1 week left of university classes, and then the following week is finals, and then I'm basically done, and I'm graduated, and stuff is sorted out. Letter to Bryson, cultist clue. I don't know why I'm getting that again now. I say again because I assume I got it earlier, but honestly, I don't even remember getting it earlier. Haven't been paying attention. At least it didn't save too far back here. And I think that it would be really, really cool to be driving my 1953 truck to and from school to finish off, like, my final semester here before I'm graduated. Like, that'd be really, really cool. But right now, I just don't really know if that's going to work out. It's just been one thing after another when it comes to problems with that truck. Let me tell you. Okay, so I've already been down that way. So, really hope that we can get it going tomorrow, and then it'll be working all right for a while. But, yeah, my confidence is not high in it right now, and I am kind of worried that it might just not be working. So, hopefully I can get on the road, but I might just be stuck, kind of broken down for now. So, might not be able to be driving it to school to finish off the semester, which is a bit too bad. But if I do need to get a whole new carburetor so I can get fuel into the engine without it leaking everywhere, then I might be able to get one in the States. Because while they don't really have Fargos in the States, technically they do, but like it's complicated. There's not really Fargos in the States is like the short version of it. It's just a different name for a Dodge, essentially. Like exact same makers, just different name. So if I can find a carburetor for a 1953 Dodge while I'm down in Texas or Louisiana, I could in theory just put that in my suitcase, take it home, slap it on my truck, and then bam, there's a functional truck, because that's the only thing that's like preventing it from driving. That's the thing that's broken. There are other things that I do need to do on it to make it more reliable, but that's the only thing that's actually like broken, preventing me from driving straight up. That thing gets sorted out, I can drive again. So I'm gonna start browsing around some online, well, I've already started browsing around some online sites, seeing what kind of sellers are in the Texas or Louisiana area that I can potentially send to Guzma in Louisiana or to St. Jam in Texas, for them to just like hold on to at their places, and then when I go visit them, I can just like pick up and take home. Is what I figure. Or maybe there'll be some things that are close enough to the places that'll be anyway that we can just drive over and pick it up from the actual sellers while there. Maybe. We shall see here. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can buy a carburetor from there. And use that, potentially. Because, yeah, if this gets sorted out in mid-May instead of this morning, to be able to drive that thing, that's another date that I would very much like to get it done by, considering... What the heck? Where did you come from? Oh, hi. This is awkward. Hi. Because I want to also have it done in preparation for, Megaland. Because when I went to Fragapalooza last year, the sleeping setup was driving my Fargo there and setting up a tent in the back of the box and then sleeping in the box in this tent. And it was actually really comfortable. I really quite liked it. Obviously, I couldn't do something like that at Janland, even if the truck was working. because it was winter. I'm not gonna be sleeping in a tent outside when it's like 30 below.
Keel over and
Oh, come on. Oh, now the sound effects are working again, huh? Okay, come on. Oh, I can't launch you. That sucks. Oh, there's all my new ones I made today. Okay, how about this? But in May, it's actually gonna be warm outside. Like, it'll be more than nice enough, or should be, to, sleep outside. Should well be the case. So during Janlan, I just slept in my chair. And, like, this chair right here, I just brought it all the way back and tried to sleep in it. And you can't really maneuver left and right all that well in it. And I was trying to sleep with my legs bent at 90 degrees onto the floor. I didn't really have a leg rest or anything like that, like I have here with my other computer that I was using at Janlan. I'm playing this game on at Janlan. Is my current leg rest that I'm using. But I didn't really have a leg rest there, and it was really bad. I slept really poorly. I do not really want to sleep in this chair again. I would much rather, whoa, sleep in my vehicle. And I've slept in my car. My 2005 Pontiac Vibe is the model. It's a kind where the seats fold down, and they fold all the way down flat. And it's a hatchback, so there's lots of space, and it's a pretty comfortable sleep as well. But again, I can't do that in winter. I cannot. What? Well, rigged. But yeah, so worst case scenario, there's another one. Worst case scenario, I'll sleep in my car. Best case scenario, I'll sleep in a tent in my truck, because that's honestly more comfortable than my car. So if I can get a carb in the States while I'm down there, that would be great. But even better yet, my truck will be functional tomorrow. It almost started today. Like, you could hear the engine really wanting to start. Gosh dang it. Please don't tell me it puts me back really far. So yeah, I've been a little bit disappointed at this whole situation with the carb. I was really hoping the truck would start today, so it was a little bit disappointing that it wasn't. It would have been nice to take it out for a drive and have it at the end of the semester. We'll see what it's like this morning. And we'll see if I can pick up a replacement while I'm down in the States.